So today I'm going to be talking about my TBR for the rest of the year, along with the ones that I'm currently reading, which are also included in the TBR technically, so yeah. This is basically for me to kind of push myself to read all these books, or nearly all of these books, let's say. I have a story graph goal of 60 books until the end of the year. This is like my stretch of the stretch goal I had. And right now I'm at, I think, 49 books. So technically I only need 11, right? Yeah. But there are a few more books that I wanted to add, so I'm going to talk about them too, as well as the ones that I'm reading right now, as I said before. So let's start off with the books that I'm currently reading. So first of all, I'm reading Us Against You by Fredrik Backman. This is the sequel to Beartown, and I'm enjoying this so much. Honestly, maybe a bit more than Beartown. I don't know. It's different, but I like where we're going with the story, the direction that it's heading. I'm maybe like, I guess, over halfway. Let's just say that, yeah, over halfway done. And it's getting very spicy. No, I'm getting anxious, let's just say that. So yeah. And then I'm also reading Mansfield Park, so Jane Austen, obviously. One of my goals for next year is to finish all of Jane Austen's books, and I love these editions, so I'm collecting them slowly but surely. Right now, we're on to Mansfield Park, and then with the next one I'm gonna buy, like Emma, for example. I'm thinking of doing Emma next, so I'm buying this version for Emma. And the rest of the books that I'm currently reading are actually digital or audiobooks. Well, both of those are digital technically now, so anyway. First book I'm reading right now is YN by Esther Yi, and this is about a fangirl that is into a K-pop group, specifically one person, so her bias, and she goes to Korea to meet him. And I got this from NetGalley. I don't think I'm gonna like this. Like, I've read half of it so far and it's not for me. I've seen other people adore it. It's just not for me. If you want to know more of my thoughts, I am gonna obviously write a review for NetGalley, so you can check that out on my story graph. But yeah. And the other book I'm reading right now is Harrow the Ninth, which is the sequel to Gideon the Ninth, about the character of Harrow Hark. And I'm really enjoying it. I think I like it a bit more than Gideon the Ninth. The thing is, with these books, I've noticed I am pretty bored and very confused from like maybe up to the half mark of the book. Like, there's a lot of things going on that I feel like don't add anything to the plot. And then, after that halfway point, shit goes... all shit goes loose. It's insane. And I'm having so much fun. With Gideon the Ninth, I didn't really like the ending because it was just non-stop action. And it was very tiring for me. I personally don't really like action that much, so yeah. But for Harrow, I'm now... I think I have like 3 hours left in the audiobook, and I'm still enjoying myself a lot. Yeah, there's more dialogue this time around, even though there is some action. There's also some dialogue sprinkled in, and talking and explaining, and I like that. And I like the language and the humor of the book. Everything's great. Yeah, I'm actually really enjoying myself. a bit more with this one. And yeah, and then last but not least, I forgot this one. I've got We Are the Weather by Jonathan Safran Foer. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. I've been reading this since the summer, not gonna lie. I don't have that much left. It's just, at some point, it's a bit repetitive, and I get what he's trying to say. I agree. When reading this book, it's getting into a bit of a slog, but I do want to finish it. Lena Norms recommended this book, and I love her videos, so I wanted to get through it and then watch the video that she did talking about this book, because she does that. Well, I don't think she does it anymore, but she did that with a lot of environmental books. So yeah, I want to get the full context, and it's really not that hard. Like, sure, I'm a bit bored, but honestly speaking, I think I have maybe, I've got like 50 pages left, and the font is pretty big considering, so I'm gonna do it. So, two books that kind of connect with the books that I'm reading right now are Nona the Ninth and The Winners. So Nona the Ninth is the third book in the Locked Tomb series, so I'm gonna get into that when I finish Harrow. And then The Winners by Fredrik Backman is the finale to the Beartown series, and I'm planning on buying that and then reading it, because I don't want to listen to the audiobook. I want to actually read the physical thing, but I cannot find it right now in the stores that I usually look to. So every day it's a process looking back and seeing if they finally have it in stock, etc. But yeah, maybe that might not happen this year, so that's a bit of a bummer, but I'm gonna try and find it for this year. So next I'm gonna talk about another NetGalley book that I want to get into. It's Sky Court by Faith Mosley. The way that I choose NetGalley books that I want to request is mostly based on the title and the cover, unless there's something like really maybe well known that's coming out. That hasn't really been the case so far with me, but anyway, this book, I really like the cover, and the title is, you know, kind of magical, so and I saw the genres that interested me. Sky Court is about a girl called Casey living in an apartment building called Sky Court, and solving a mystery, I guess, about a girl that goes missing from this complex. And obviously she finds love along the way. But yeah, it sounds fun, so I'm interested to see what's going on. I might pick up another NetGalley book when I finish this one, because I want to get my percentage up a bit, but I'm not sure if that will happen or not, so I'm just keeping the door open, saying I'm only reading this one. Yeah. Now I'll mention some books that I'm gonna listen to on audiobook, most likely. First of all, Thursday Murder Club. I think a lot of people know of this book. It's by Richard Osman. I loved him on Taskmaster, and of course I wanted to read the book and I heard so many good things about it, so why not? My cousin actually has this in print, and I also want to buy it, but I don't know when that's gonna happen. So I'm just gonna say it's gonna be an audiobook, but who knows really. Next, I'm listening to Wintering. It's kind of like a non-fiction, I wouldn't want to say self-help book, but it probably is a self-help book. Yeah, this is a book club pick with the Gumption Book Club, so yeah, I'm gonna read that on audiobook. Next, for a readathon, some of these books that I've mentioned and will mention are in this readathon. I'm gonna make a video about that, don't worry. So I'm planning on listening to A Christmas Carol, because I've watched a ton of different adaptations of the story. I know what's going on, definitely, but I've never actually read the original text, and that's the case for so many things that I've watched. I really wanted to read it around this time of year. This is going to be, the readathon is going to be for December, so it fits with the mood. Yeah, why not? And the last one I want to mention from audiobooks is Mary Barton by Elizabeth Gaskell. I'm continuing on reading all of her books. I am going to buy a copy as well, but I feel like with classics, I don't know, I get through them better on audio, and I usually download it to listen to it on my commute, or if I'm walking outside, so I can get in a lot of hours that way. So yeah, I'm excited for that as well. And now talking a little bit about some other print books, I guess. Books I have, physical books. So first of all, Aristotle and Dante dive into the waters of the world. Beautiful, right? I love this. I read Aristotle and Dante, the first one, when it first came out, I think. And I never thought there would be a second one, but there is, and I'm very excited. I've heard so many good things about the sequel. So yeah, I'm definitely getting into this, 100%. I love this. And then I'm finishing off my reread of Rachel Joyce's books for this year with Perfect. So this book is the one I remember the least about because I only read it once and I haven't returned to it again. It's basically a parallel story between two people, two different timelines. That's all I remember. Yeah, I remember there was one guy, I think the one in present times, he is dealing with OCD, and the person in the past is a kid helping his mum. That's all I remember. But yeah, I'm excited to read it again, and I'm really excited to buy Maureen. If I could buy Maureen and have it until the end of the year, that would be one of my books on the TBR list. Maureen is the third book in like the companion series of The Pilgrimage of Harold Fry. Maureen is Harold Fry's wife. And this series, well, it's not a series, it's like a set of companion books. The Pilgrimage of Harold Fry, The Love Song of Miss Queenie Hennessy, I don't remember, and Maureen and the Angel of the North, I think. Maureen is the last book, probably. I don't know, I'm kind of excited to see, because I really wanted to see her perspective since Queenie. And from when I read Harold second, I was even more curious, to be honest, so yeah. Okay, and last book that, this is the one that I'm least confident that I'm gonna get to, but I still will read it very soon, whenever I can. It's A Man Called Ove, I think, by Frederick Bachman. And it's about a grouchy old man that learns to be happier. That's what I've heard most people say. I didn't want to get in knowing anything, you know. That's something I generally like when I'm getting into books, like not knowing anything apart from like a very, very basic sentence of a premise. So most of these books that I haven't read are things that I have no idea about. I don't know if people get that or do that themselves, but that's just how I like it, so yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope I could inspire you to maybe pick up one of these books, and if you have read these books, I'd love to hear your thoughts on them. See you, bye!